Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Jack Nolan, and I'm here with two students representing Notre Dame's chapter of Engineers Without Borders. The Student Service Group has been working to provide clean water to the Alfred and Sarah Bilingual Academy in Sangmalima, Cameroon, and the surrounding community. Stephen Landy and Madeline Wezolowski are two student leaders in the group. Stephen, Madeline, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, the first question that we have is, tell us about what you're doing in Cameroon.
Sure. So our mission is to help communities meet their most basic human needs through engineering projects. So we've partnered with the community of Sangmalima in Cameroon to do just that. They identified a need for safe, accessible drinking water in their community. So for the past few years, we've been working with them to really understand that need and come up with solutions that are both attractive and sustainable for the community.
Now, Madeline, how does this project impact a community like Sangmalima?
Well, the biggest impact we've seen is with the students of the Alfred and Sarah Bilingual Academy. They are able to access clean water throughout their school day and then can bring up to 2 liters of water home with them each day. This access to reliably clean water allows them to decrease their chances of contracting a waterborne disease, which can cause them to miss school. And so this clean water really puts an emphasis on their education. In addition, we help serve the surrounding community. There's actually a woman whose well we tested on our last trip, and it was full of contaminants, and she had fallen sick from the water. And so now she has access to a financially affordable and clean water very close to her home.
Why do you think that engineering students should take part in this program?
Well, when students perform service in an engineering context, it's really a win-win for everybody. So many Notre Dame students have an inclination towards service, and when they do it through a program like ours, they get to translate the skills they're learning in the classroom directly to real-world problems right away. And so it just gives them a whole new level of confidence in their engineering abilities, gives them confidence in their leadership skills, and when they go internationally, it gives them a cultural competence that they otherwise may not have.
Madeline, what is the next step in the Sangmalima Water Project?
Well, this August, Stephen and I, along with 4 other students and 2 of our mentors, will be traveling back to Sangmalima to perform monitoring and assessment. So we'll be looking at the well that was constructed last year and collecting data on how it's impacting the community and how we can increase its impact. In addition, we'll be looking into assessing how we can expand the project and make water even more accessible to the people of Sangmalima. In addition, we're looking into possibly doing sanitation and hygiene projects because while waterborne diseases are very problematic in the developing world, so are things that come along with poor hygiene, including like not washing your hands. In addition to our work in Sangmalima, these donations are going to help us to expand to a second project in the near future, which will allow more of our students to get involved in project work and travel.
Now, I know you have advisors in this university project, so you don't make all the decisions yourselves necessarily, but how could people watching this help you with this project? Is there a way with funds or assistance, or how could other people get involved? Is there a way for them to get involved?
Yeah, so one of the biggest ways to help us out is always with funding. So we pay for most of the cost of implementation as well as travel. So that all adds up very quickly. It's not cheap to put in the kind of infrastructure that they need. So financial contributions are always very welcome.
You have both been there for
Yes.
2 weeks already.
Yes.
What did you learn? What was that like for you? I'm going to assume it was your first trip to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
What were you expecting, and what did it turn out to be?
I think that a lot of people have a certain vision of what Africa's like, and it was very underdeveloped compared to what we have here, but everyone there was very joyful and excited to have us, and very much like us, and in many ways we were able to experience the same things that they were feeling, and so it was really great to especially interact with the students. They had a lot of the same goals and dreams that we had and wanted to go to college and have full-on careers as an engineer or a doctor just like we have.
I've had an opportunity in recent years, the last 20 years, to go to Europe. I was in Russia a few years ago, and I find for me it changes my perspective on some things. Did you come back, either one of you, with maybe a different perspective with how you deal with some things here in the States, or a different view?
For sure. It really makes all of our problems seem so much smaller. You go to a place where they don't have clean drinking water, and they're still so joyful and so happy to be living the life that they're living. And it really just puts things in perspective when you come back home.
And certainly, I mean, I do a lot of the sports here at Notre Dame, and I notice a lot of the student athletes, when they leave, get back involved with the community. That's really what you're doing is really part of the culture of Notre Dame to a degree, is part of what you learn to do and almost have a driving desire to do is to help other people. Does this seem natural, Madeline, that you be involved in something like this?
It does. We are definitely pushed towards service here at the university, and it's been a huge part of my experience as a student here, not just through Engineers Without Borders, but through a lot of opportunities I've had.
Well, in projects like this, you also need to be good spokespeople to get support, and you both just did a terrific job. So I thank both of you for joining us today.
Thank you.